We got the guitar out. Let's get the other thing up here. And we'll get this party started. Party, yeah. Oh, are we there? Yes, we are. Echo, 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 bravo. Live chat. There we go. Got that mounted right there. So if you see me staring at here, I'm actually looking at myself because I'm a narcissist. For today, we've got the American BC Rich out. This has got a Floyd Rose tremolo on it. It is a USA custom. It's got like a, see the finish there? I had to replace the battery. This one's got a few input issues, but we talk trucking. You know, those of you who are new to my live feeds, we talk trucking, we talk metal, we can talk music. I don't play request because I don't know a whole lot. You know, but yeah, this is Gray Big. You like that? This is it's heavy too. It's a beast. There's a local death metal band from Fayetteville, Arkansas, named Vor. And the guitar player and I have known each other for a long time. We're good friends, and he sold me this guitar right before I bought my Kenworth. And in fact, I met up with him to purchase this in Joplin the same day as one of the Guilty by Association truck show, when it's still every year. Yeah, John, the pickups. These are battery active, but I have an input jack issue. It's tuned to C. Now, I have not touched this guitar in almost 2 years, and it's still in tune. Charles Brand, thank you very much. I'm gonna do some shout outs. So let's do some shout outs here, read some comments. This does not work if you don't interact. We've only got 16 people in here, but I appreciate every 16 one of you. Daniel Adami, Charles Brandt, thank you for the super chat. Big Houston, RN, what's up? It was good talking to you the other day. John Armstrong, GNC Family Trucking, Nittany Lion, The Scribe, Alpha 3, checking in. Gray Big, Daniel Adami, Clyde Garland, John Armstrong. Already said, hey, I have a 91 BC Rich Warlock bass. Sweet. We do too. Let's see. I'm stuck in Wyoming because of a big snowstorm. Big Houston, you're in one of the worst areas right now in the country when it comes to weather. You got a huge blizzard warning, so I hope you got food and water and the whole 9 yards. Steve Berger is in the house. I wish he was in this house. I wish he was in here. We'd be jamming right now. I just spent 75% of my settlement yesterday on 2 new steers, steer alignment, and fixing the marker lights on my trailer. Easy come, easy go. That was a line in Convoy there, Daniel. Easy come, easy go. Oh, there we go, live chat. Make sure, you guys, if you want to see the entire chat, make sure you click on the little equalizer looking thing and hit live chat, replay, or live chat. Yeah, I got to get new drives, Thor and Thunder Trucking myself. So I've got a video coming out. It's already uploaded. It'll be out first thing in the morning. It's a long one. Please forgive me. It's a long one. But if you guys can sit here and listen to me for an hour with this thing, or me talking in my truck or whatever, you can do this. It's a point of view, first person. You know, it's got the hat cam, and I do 2 loads, bump a dock 4 times, and it's like 50 minutes long. So I hope you enjoy it. If you even can get to there, you know, slap that bar on there and do some dime bag. No, this is blocked. Mr. Berger, this is blocked. Grafton, what's up? Pleasure was all mine to talk to you, the legend. Charles, you're too kind. You're too kind. Well, I thought I got the cheapest steers they had. Daniel Adami, but in the summertime, I'll be getting some new drives for sure. Daniel Adami, if you use the JB Hunt app, there's some good discounts through Goodyear. Now, Daniel, you said 75% of your settlement. I thought you made like almost $6,000. That is an expensive set of steer tires. Chucky's sitting in Pennsylvania. Well, you ought to be going hanging out with Berger there. My dispatcher hates me. Did Berger ever leave Pennsylvania yet? He does. Thanks for the advice the other day. You're welcome. Hey Rick, if you want to watch the video that I'm going to put out tomorrow morning, it'll kind of give you some good driving perspectives and some good backing perspectives. So I kind of did that a little bit to help the new guy, but there's a couple of YouTube channels, Provost Motorsports included, that do the hat cam. It's not 100% hat cam, but it's large part of it, and it does pretty good. Oh, okay, Daniel. Okay, well, I see what you mean. You gotta love the sustain's not very good right now because the strings are like a couple of years old. These things are like 12s. I mean, they're pretty thick. And you gross $9,600. That's good. That's good, Daniel. That's double of what I made last week. But Daniel, what did you net? What did you net? That's the important part, right? For Raining Blood. Oh, it's been a minute since I've figured that one out. Sounds good for old strings. I know, right? I know. I was surprised. They're very. It's hard to be quick on these strings because they are thick. And I play a 7-string for the most part. $67.37 before truck payment and fuel. Before truck payment and fuel. Well, that's good. I use 10 on my electrics and 12s on my acoustics. Yeah, these feel like an acoustic gauge, but I like 11s on the like just the standard strings. I use on the 7th string I use a 52 on the low, like 52, 42, 32. I have a set of, I don't know where they're at, but I have a set of 7-string sets that I haven't put on yet. I don't know where they're sitting at though. Looking on my shelf there, I'm not sure. But see, I'm gray big. I'm a heavy on the right hand. It is amazing. I have not touched the tuning knob on this guitar. See, I suck. I suck. I like 9 to 46 on my stop tail, 10 to 52 on my Floyds. Wow. See how this sounds on the main channel. Let's do this. Little extra thickness holds up better when you're working out that whammy bar. That's true. That's true. These front pickups aren't too bad. That's it. It's literally been, I changed the battery out right before this video. I bought batteries yesterday when I was at Walmart. We'll probably be back to work tomorrow. So I wanted to hurry up, get this guitar, new battery. Floyds are a pain to set up, but I learned from the best. I hate tremolo systems. They're fun to play on for a minute, but unless I have like if I had a road tech, roadie guy that did all of it, I just had to pick up the guitar and play. I would love a whammy bar, but I'm always having trouble staying in tune, especially in a 2-guitar band. Staying in tune with the other guitar player, it's after a whammy bar dive, it was a challenge. So I just, and then there are players that, in my opinion, rely too much on it, right? So a perfect example is Rick Ross from on Death's Leprosy album. He is a whammy bar fanatic, but it fits the music. Kerry King comes to mind, right? But I'd rather have someone relying on the whammy bar than the wah pedal. There's that. When are you going to start doing videos again? I have no tremolo guitars. Thor Thunder. You running Dry Man John. Start over. Just got here. Paul, what'd you miss? Absolutely nothing. Gray Big is a 3-chord punk rock guy. No need for a whammy. You could do it for like noise, you know, like. Oh, gotta turn that. You know, we did do a Slayer cover on the latest Apnea album, and by latest I mean like 5 years ago. But it's only on the CD. I have not uploaded it to Bandcamp, so maybe I need to do the Patreon thing and put that on there, or I might do it. I don't know. I might make a video and just put that song on there. Make videos as needed, my Mr. Dispatcher. Is that Food Mooch doing that? Is that troll account? Not troll account. I'm sorry, Dispatcher. I hate you. Dispatcher, I hate you, guy. Nah, Steve Berger. When we did the Slayer cover, it's Black Magic, by the way, off the earlier stuff. Actually, I somebody come in and play the leads for me on that because I am not a great lead player. I would have loved to hire my friend Steve Berger to play the leads on that. That would have been awesome. There's your Slayer. Do I like Spice Girls at all? I like all girls that are spicy. So we got the, speaking of Vor, we got to hang out with their bass player. He came over. He bought some of, you know, we can get this Iron Maiden Fear of the Dark beer, and he can't get it in Arkansas, so he came up. And we gave him some. And he hung out, and you know, we talked music, and I was telling him that, I don't know, mentally I'm in a different place, so I don't really like have the urge to write death metal anymore. It's more of a like a doom. Uper, I appreciate that. wife write country music? Oh, that's easy. Houston, I got you, man. I got you. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Use the front pickups for this. Here's your country song. Ready? No, it's too low. It's too low. Sorry. It's hard to do country on this guitar. All right. Nah, man, I don't know. I can't write a country song on this guitar, Houston. I could do the slide. If I had a slide. I don't have a slide. We'll screw that up. C or GDC. Okay, G. Which, you know, this guitar is not tuned to standard. So, let's see, where would G be? Man, Gravy, you're gonna make me think. Now, on a normal guitar, that'd be your G power chord. But this thing is tuned to C. So, let's see. But that's good progression. Let's see. We can do that with a. Maybe. It sounds like just a deranged punk song. We can do the. I can't do it. I gotta have to play bass in a country band. Might do it for something to do. I think I could hang with that. Punk and country use a lot of the same chord progressions. That's true. Great Big, I'm like an E minor guy. I'm like Metallica, that, you know, like you can intertwine a lot of riffs. Like Metallica is like, oh no, maybe it's, and then like Metal Church. Which is a lot like another Metallica song. Then you got the, you know, Manowar is they're the most E minorist band out there besides Iron Maiden. That's a Manowar riff. It's like, it's off of Kings of Metal. I'm trying to remember the name of the song. Yes, John Kirkpatrick. I do like Morbid Angel. I can't play any of it, but like what Morbid Angel likes to do, they like to do these where you do this power chord, but you mute that string right there, so you're actually doing, so you're just holding an octave. And you want to talk about someone that uses a whammy bar? That's Trey Azathoth. Yeah, Greg Big. Yukon Cornelius has talked about those guys too. But yes, I do like Morbid Angel, John. They have one of the best acoustic pieces ever. Like like, that's the song I want to play at my funeral is Desolate Ways off of the second album, Blessed Are the Sick. Do yourself a favor after this live feed, not now, but after this live feed, listen to that acoustic piece and tell me that's not one of the most awesomest things you've ever heard. It's only like a couple of minutes. You strike me as a big rap fan. Oh, Burger, that's funny. You so crazy. I'll definitely check it out. John, Morbid Angel's best album, in my opinion, is the first one, the Altars of Madness. I do like Blessed Are the Sick. I don't know, Covenant's pretty good too. I don't know, I gotta be kind of in the mood for them though. They got that. They're, but I do like them. You saw them with Pantera? Man, that would have been cool. I've seen Pantera one time. It was with Typo Negative. I've never seen Morbid Angel. Wait, maybe I have. You know, like in the late 90s, my wife and I would go to the Milwaukee Metal Fest where you would see 100 bands. And the majority of the bands that I've seen were in that time period because Milwaukee Metal Fest was 3 stages, 2 nights, and, you know, each band would get like 15 minutes. Except for the headliners, like, you know, Merciful Fate headline one year, Death headline one year. I think it was the same year actually. You know, the headliners got, of course, you know, like an hour or whatever, but you know. Mosh Pit, Dead Kennedy show. Wow, I saw that Thor. That was awesome. I think that was, the kid's name was Aiden. What are you talking about? You ever see the video of the 11-year-old that challenged Satchel at a concert? Yes, that was I've seen that. It's pretty good. Do you ever go to Ozfest? No, I never did an Ozfest. Look, once you go to the Milwaukee Metal Fest, these metal festival shows become almost, I don't know, too much. I would rather see, I'm more of a quality versus quantity guy. Now, when you drive 600 miles to Milwaukee, yeah, you want to see as many bands as possible. But I would rather see 3 of my favorite bands play an hour set versus 3 of my favorite bands having to play for 45 minutes because 6 other bands that I give 2 craps about have to play too. So Steel Panther. I'm kind of not up to date on the Steel Panther thing. I think I have the first album and that's it. So, and Thor, you don't strike me as the guy that listens to Steel Panther. I mean, they're kind of rude. They're funny. play some glam metal. Thor, you ever listen to like Christian metal? Like, you know, I'm talking like Striper, of course, Barren Cross, Paramecium, Vengeance Rising. You ever listen to any of that stuff? You know, Paramecium's got a song that's just like White Cross. Yep, they're one. No, not POD or Skillet. I've never heard of Skillet. One of my favorite albums of all time is a Christian album called Barren Cross Atomic Arena. That's a good album. Southbound Pachyderm, can you play Soothsayer by Buckethead? No, I cannot. Play some Skinner, says Big Rig CEO. I've never heard of Skillet. I mean, I've heard of a Skillet, but I've never heard of Skillet. Have a good night, all. My signal sucks, and it's tough to listen because it keeps freezing even on low resolution. All right, Chucky. That's because you're in Pennsylvania. Let that be a lesson to you. Skillet has 10 albums out. What do they sound like? How come everybody's heard of Skillet except for me? That's weird. Got a station set up with Sabaton, Chemist, Blank Guardian, Ailstorm, Nightwish, and Camelot. Grafton, that is awesome. Chemist is the shiznit. I love that band. Nickelback, no, John. John, any street cred that you just had with the Morbid Angel, you just lost because of that comment. Eggs Frying. Is that the name of the album? Eggs Frying? Play some Skillet. It's been a while. There you go, Daniel. I love how long Chemist tracks are long and story with it themselves, right? I agree. Look, Chemist is like the first year I discovered them, that's all I listened to. Spotify was like, you're like the craziest Chemist guy ever. Now, I will say this. Here's where I hate Twitter. You follow your favorite band on Twitter, and then you realize that they're heavily political in a spectrum that you don't like, and it makes you go, and I find myself, look, there's a part of music that belongs in politics. There's a lot of punk bands, a lot of bands that have fought the system or whatever, but that's in a song, right? When you get on Twitter and you judge and berate people for their politics, regardless of what side you're on, okay? This is not a right versus left kind of thing. It's like, you know what? Just write a song that I like, that I can identify with, and shut the hell up. Because we all have to have that echo box. We all have to have that soapbox, that echo chamber to say, hey, you know what? This matters, or that doesn't matter, or make sure you do this, and and you're evil if you don't, I really lose a lot of respect for people that want to shove their politics in my face and then beg me to buy their crap, their CD and their albums and stuff like that. So, a band can really do a lot of damage with me just by their Twitter account, because there's, artists, movie stars the same way. There are a lot of movie stars that I like. I like the work that they do. I like what they've done. But then when they get on their political rants, especially, here in the last 4 years, you're just like, wow, oh my gosh, shut up. I don't, And so, with that being said, you got to separate the artist from the art, right? There are some actors that are some really crappy people. There are some musicians that are some really crappy people, but you can listen to them, right? It's kind of hard to kind of like see the man behind the curtain, behind the veil, right? So. Oh, we're a little bit. Solved it. So, skill is between Rammstein and Korn, with a little Seven Nation thrown in with Christian lyrics. I've never heard of Seven Nation, but I have heard of I don't think I own any Rammstein. I do have Korn's first album. Now, Rammstein, however you say their name. I'm not a German, so I'm dumb, right? So, their best song is Kind Lust, and if you want a good laugh, if you want a good, entertainment, go watch their video for that song. They show up in these big fat suits, and they're like retired, and they meet once a year, and they just show up, and it's hilarious because the guys in person, they're very physically fit, and it's a really, really great video. Dawn of Demise, it's a death metal band. I've never heard of Dawn of Demise. Five Finger Death Punch is the new Nickelback. Yeah, John, I agree with that. How about Sabotage? I love Sabotage. Well, no, wait, hold on. Sabotage with a V. I do like them, but Sabotage, I don't think I've heard them. What's going on, y'all? Says Sergeant Ringo. So we're just. I got the guitar in my hand. We're talking trucking and guitar and music, whatever you want to talk about, Ringo. Sergeant Ringo, you can pick the next topic for this video. Go ahead and ask a question. Icebreaker, another good German band, says Grafton. My favorite German bands are the early thrash. Sodom, Crater, Tankard. Oh, and Destruction. I knew there was another one in there that was missing. Dream Theater. I love Dream Theater. Did you ever go to the Warped Tour? Nope. They have a female drummer? That's cool. I played in a death metal band that we had a female drummer. The lead singer of the band and the drummer, they were married, and they got divorced, but he went on to play keyboards for several prominent bands. I think he's in a band called North Tales right now. He's doing pretty good. The drummer and bass player and Skillet are married. My last band had a female drummer. Don't have anything on your mind. Well, sometimes that's good, right, Ringo? We've hardly talked trucking. It's mostly hard, heavy metal rock and roll music. Rock and roll music. Marty, I've not been to a Kiss concert, but I did the next best thing. I went to see a Kiss tribute band because that was the time that I saw this Kiss tribute band. They didn't do the Kiss was around, but they weren't doing the makeup. They weren't doing the whole shebang, you know. And so this was the Kiss tribute band that Kiss actually endorsed, and it was probably the next best thing. And it was cool because it was a small club environment, so it was even better that way, I think. So no, I've not seen Kiss, but I've seen the next best thing. Wrong, Ringo. Your skull cap is on your mind, says Thor. That ninja. I don't judge. It's up to God to judge. I'm stating facts. Kiss is now attribute themselves. Yes, Greybig. I agree with that. You know, so they are. You know, Eddie Trunks always talked about that. Look. Nah, I won't say it. Check out footage from the Wacken Festival, Wacken, if you say it correctly, festival. Yes, I love that. Dave Mustaine has a new Gibson line. I'd be curious to try those out. I've never been. There's only like about 2 Gibson guitars I've picked up that I've actually liked, and I should have bought. One of them was an Explorer. I do want an Explorer. You know, I'm a huge Explorer fan. Well, I wouldn't say huge, or else I'd own one. I like the Explorer body style. I'm not a big V. I'm not a big into the V. Whether it be Jackson, Gibson, even BC Rich, any of them. I don't know. There's not enough meat. If you want a good tone, you have to have meat. You have to have meat on the guitar. And for what I play and how I play, I like having that sustain. I like having that. Maybe Burger, maybe Mustaine should have stayed with Jackson. Let's talk about best barbecue in Missouri. Ugh. Whole Hog Cafe in Springfield's pretty good. Crosstown Barbecue. Oh, Black Market Barbecue. They're really good. Can't get no truck in Black Market though. That ain't happening. Anyone get involved in trading recently? I'm learning what I can currently, but there's a ton of information to learn. Sergeant Ringo, that's a world that intimidates me because I know nothing about that. Have you seen any Avatar amazing live band? No, I haven't seen. I've heard what they've played on the satellite radio. I mean, it didn't grab me, but I mean, it was technically and sonically good. Oh, yeah, I've heard good things about that place in Haiti, Ninja. Like I'm talking Springfield area, I guess. I was talking to my Arkansas friend about Nick's barbecue there off of I-40. I traded a Les Paul for an Ampeg bass amp a few years ago. I used to like I had an Epiphone Gothic Les Paul. It wasn't bad, and the reason why I bought it is because it had a swap meet brand new. It's like $120. I ended up selling it for, because I became unemployed and a total loser and had to help pay bills. So it intimidates me as well, but we all have to start somewhere, I suppose. Sergeant Ringo, Eric's been doing a lot of videos about that kind of stuff, not just trucking. The great Freight Sage Logic, he has like an aspect that he talks about trading, so you might want to talk to him. Epiphones are pretty good. I like this. Look, I like the sound that Gibsons have. There's a thrash band called Flotsam and Jetsam. And if you listen to their early stuff, like I'm talking like first two albums, you could tell one of the guitar players is playing a Gibson. Gibsons have a certain tone in the leads. Just I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the wood, but there's a certain tone that they have. Then the other guy's using a BC Rich. BC Riches have like a, especially when you use the front pickup. I can usually pick out a BC Rich lead. No Place for Disgrace is my oh dude, Greybig. No Place for Disgrace is if someone said you have to have 5 albums on an island, that's it, that would be one of them. I love that album. Now here's a good story about Flotsam and Jetsam, or well, depends on your perception, but I finally get to see Flotsam and Jetsam. They're opening up for Megadeth. It was Megadeth, Fear Factory, Flotsam and Jetsam, and Korn. And at the time, I despised Korn. I hated their look. I hated their sound. I hated their whole thing, right? Flotsam comes out, and they had kind of changed quite a bit musically. They kind of lost their roots. They were trying to do the Black Album, because after Metallica put the Black Album, every thrash band tried to do the commercial album, right? But I still, Flotsam and Jetsam was good enough that they could do no wrong. I mean, I liked anything that they put out. Well, anyways, they played, and they only played one song off of No Place. I was so disappointed. So years later, we would go to the Milwaukee Metal Fest, and they were one of the headliners. And I got to see them on one of the smaller stages where they played everything from the first 2 albums, and I was in hog heaven. It was so freaking awesome. It was killer. Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting. Awesome cover. Yep. Jeff's in the house. What's up? Big Rig Radio Network. Dave is putting on acoustic as 24 frets. I guess that's new for any Gibson acoustic. It is. You kind of need 22, or you kind of need, if you want the low tuning, you kind of need a 24 fret guitar. When you're down to C or B. Big Houston says, I hope I can leave tomorrow, but not looking good at all. My dispatcher needs to watch the weather more often. Sometimes it's not about where they want to dispatch you. It's about getting that load. And, if you're stranded, you're stranded. There's nothing you can do about it. So, look at Daniel kissing up to the boss. Look at that. Don't kiss up to Jeff. Jeff's nothing. Don't do that. Jeff really respects it when you shout insults at him. That's how you get on Jeff's good side. Right, Thor? Isn't that what you do? guy next to me is either eating tuna fish or has a lizard in his truck. Um, yeah, Gray Big, what's going on with you, man? You seem to be like the paper truck gig thing didn't come through, so that kind of sucks. Oh well, I just drive my truck, leave me out of it. No. Yes, John Kirkpatrick. We got to open up for Soulfly. I know it's not the same thing, but my favorite Sepultura albums are Beneath the Remains and Chaos AD. Arise is good, but it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe I'm kind of burned out on it because that's what everybody was listening to. But Beneath the Remains has a good feel, and I like the riffs off of Chaos AD. New Sepultura, out the door. I don't like the new vocalists. I don't like them at all. There was a Soulfly album that sounded more like Sepultura. I forget which album it was. Drive my truck. Jeff, don't we have like a almost a company style kind of position? But I do like Sepultura. Like, Pace Trucking is hiring up there, Great Big. It's going to be a new chapter, Gray Big, right? I saw a very used port truck for 10K today. Well, the 10 sounds like it's too high. So, I'm going to put this guitar down. It's hurt my leg. But we can keep the live feed going if you want. No. We shall be back to work tomorrow. There'll be a vlog put up tonight. It'll be up first thing in the morning. It will be short haul. Now, Gray Big has some really good short haul vlogs. I suggest you guys go check them out. This is my version of a short haul vlog, but it's really long. I'm always complaining about YouTubers that have these hour-long videos that aren't live feeds, and here I am. I'm going to do it myself. So I am a hypocrite. Play the safety guy will shut you down. That's funny. You put up a video this morning. Big Houston, I'll have to check it out. I have not been on YouTube that much today. Most of them are short. That's look. I was putting this together, and I was like, maybe I should just render this and then split it in half and put out 2 things. But no, whatever. It's first person view. I put the hat cam on and some backing. So my attention span doesn't allow me to do a big video, long video. Look, it was by accident because, when you're doing clips 5 seconds, 5 minutes at a time, you don't realize, and I do that because that camera's on my head. So I just go click, and I didn't realize that I recorded over an hour and 45 minutes, and I had to, actually it was an hour and 26, and I had to, whittle that down, and that's kind of how I do my vlog. So, I upload the raw video clips, and then it's kind of like, piece of wood, right? You get a piece of wood and you whittle it down to, and then when it finally takes shape, you put some shape to it, sand it down, and you're good to go. And now you've got a spoon or a poking stick or something like that. And that's how I do my videos, as far as like, if they're not like one or two takes, but the GoPro vlogs are like that. And if I don't like my dialogue, me talking to the camera, I'll just turn those into music videos. Um, but this one, there's no music except for the very end, and it's all me driving and backing and opening my doors, and surprisingly, people like that. I don't know, it's weird. So I'm hoping to kind of get into the analytic game with that. So I ran across old buddy DTB a while back, talked to him on the CB. Oh, okay. I know who that is. Dump Truck Bob. Dump Truck Bob, aka Trucker Who, aka Dump Truck Who, has a really, for you new drivers, he has a year that he did over the road. And those are really good vlogs. I really enjoyed those. Yeah, he's Dump Truck Who now. I found the clip Pale Rider made for me a few years ago. Wow, okay, cool. But yeah, check out Greybig, man. He's kind of like me. He does some trucking, does some music. Um, you know, you like the truck sound? Cool. Well, you'll like this one. And I did not use the microphone, but surprisingly, it's not too bad. And what I do is I clip the camera onto the bill of my hat, which kind of sits a little bit too high, but the microphone is really good right there, so I don't have to use the external mic on that. It is a blue bus now. Yeah, I've kept up with Bob. He I think instead of buying an RV, I would gut out a school bus and make it the way I wanted it, just like that. RVs are too expensive. RVs and motorhomes are just, man, one wreck and they're shattered. They go in 3 million pieces. You hit a school bus, it's going to survive. It's meant to survive. I saw a video of you guys in New York from a while ago. All those New Yorkers, those Northeasterners. You want to come? You want to go be over the road, Gray Big? You want to do that? I can hook you up with a couple of companies that if you want to go over the road. If you don't, I don't blame you. The the short haul stuff I was doing, the positive is that I take home a lot more money with them because I pay good. The negatives are you get kind of burned out, you know? Oh, you have to stay. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I remember that now. That is completely understandable. Look, if you can get it done locally, man, I don't blame you. I did my share of cross country trucking. I've got enough chops that if I have to do it again, I can. But for the most part, I try to stay in the same 4 or 5 states. Um, you know, Page Trucking, I believe, does local up there. Cool. But and people need to press Steve on making more videos. I mean, he's got a new truck now, and he's kicking butt at Schneider. A lot of people are curious about that new Schneider program. I would like to hear Steve's thoughts on that. I've never gone OTR, but wouldn't mind trying it for the experience. There's really nothing to it. Look, let's talk trucking for a minute, okay? Technology has made the job easier. When I book a load, as soon as I get the Raycon, I look at the addresses, I type them into Google, I take a look at what I'm looking at. What I'm dealing with, I guess, is a better term. And Where's the entrance? What's the best way to get there? Formulate a plan, put it into the GPS, and stick to the plan. And over time, you learn which customers are which. Um, and so I tend to avoid certain loads that are going into doing certain things. Like I don't do recycled metal. Um, I've done my share of recycled metal. I don't do recycled loose paper. I've done my share of that. I wouldn't want to do it in my trailer. Um, Now, if the money's right, I might break that rule. But I found that if I break my own rules just for the sake of money, I end up regretting it because, you know, it ends up costing me one way or another. So you will hear them soon, Lord Snore. Good deal. Um, you've done regional, yeah, because you have slept in the truck and all that, right? That big lot stuff that you're doing. Which hats off to you on the big lot stuff because that was one of my main gigs at Schneider. Was I would take big lots loads out of Durant, and I would either deliver West Plains, Springfield, Rolla, Joplin. I think Joplin. Did I say Joplin? There's like two locations in Springfield. Recycling equals flat tires, and metal shavings can screw up your trailer, your food grade. I mean, I've been like some of the sugar shippers. They get flashlights on your trailer. So I tend to avoid sugar loads as well. You think fuel prices will get too high, the loads won't be worth it? John, that's it. It depends. You're gonna have to. A person's gonna have to be a little bit more selective and a little bit more conservative on how and when they buy and use fuel. You got to keep your foot out of it. Don't be the guy with 85 air tabs on your Peterbilt long nose and think that you're going to get better fuel mileage when you're doing 75 everywhere. Um, that is not the way to take home more money. So, but fuel prices are definitely going to be an issue, and if you aren't good at keeping your other costs down, that's you can balance it out. If you got meat on the bone, you can take your costs down. Your fuel might go up a nickel a mile, and then you take away your Sirius satellite or something like that. You can balance it out. I've been to Ohio, out to Ohio, Michigan. You think fuel? Okay, I already asked that. It's funny on the board now. You can catch two identical loads paying different now. That Ninja, there's a lot of brokers that do that. Like the Click and Go. I almost said the name. The Click and Go apps. They'll literally have different rates for different times. You notice the volume difference too. That Ninja Pale Rider TV is finally in the house. What's up? I got $100 bet that fuel goes up to $5 a gallon by the end of August. Rick, that is a possibility. It's gone up $1 since last year at this time, and it's gone up 30 cents in the last month around here in Missouri. They're going to limit you after the new system takes hold. I hate it when you have a good system like Schneider's IC program and then they turn around and mess with it. Because they're not messing with it to benefit the driver. They're messing with it to benefit them. So, yep, you're going to end up on that new board eventually, whether you want to or not. Yeah. Yep. I like having control. I like having freedom. You have 10 weeks and you're gone. Schneider's had pretty much the same program for what, 12 years, and then they're going to go mess with it. And Snyder has been known to make changes that affected their bottom line because when they instigated that collision mitigation thing, they lost a lot of drivers over that, Jeffrey Light included. My buddy finally left SNI again because he knew it was coming back, went back to Farm to Fleet. Um, Net Ninja, I've seen that multiple times where the same broker posts a load twice, but both are picking up in two different cities, but delivers in the same city, but picks up in a totally different city. The fuel at this loves I'm at is 34 a gallon. Where are you at? Oh, you're in Wyoming. From what it's actually posted, but it pays the same. Yeah. Look, here's the deal, man. If you're not behind the steering wheel, there's manipulation. Um, the trucking industry is very cutthroat. It's all about profit margins, just like any business, I guess. And you know, in the end, it's how you treat your drivers, and if they can make money off your platform, that's what it is at the end. You gotta watch out for yourself. No one's gonna, if you have to make changes, you have to make changes. So everyone needs to remember Snyder's broker first. That change will be gradual, not like the mitigation disaster. Yes, they're gonna wean you into it. That is absolutely true. No. But I try not to talk too much about the Snyder program because as it's changing, I mean, I've been away from Snyder for 3 years now, so I don't want to be that guy, like I don't want to be that guy that talks about a company he's never been at or doesn't know what the currency. Like I don't I talk about Landstar a little bit, but everybody I talk to at Landstar, nothing's really changed over there. So I can still talk about Landstar, but Schneider's gone through some changes, so I try not to talk about it too much because I don't want to be that guy that doesn't know what I'm talking about more than normal. If I can make enough to live comfortably and pay my bills, I'm good, right? I'll be that guy because I'm still here. Yes, you can be that guy. So, a while back there was a YouTuber that did a comparison video of Landstar versus Snyder versus KLM. He never been to Landstar or Snyder, so I was like, really? I predict that Snyder will lose a lot of ICs due to this change, but time will only tell, but maybe not. Who knows? Just my opinion. For my sushi habit, thank you, SF Medic Smith. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. You missed the guitar earlier, unless you just weren't commenting. How's that new pickup doing, man? I'm jealous. I've got a leak in my pickup somewhere. I don't know if a window seal is not working properly or what, but you know, yes, I do, Pale Rider. Yes, I do. That's one of my keto cheats is sushi because of the rice. In Germany, we pay right now over $5 a gallon. The rates aren't rising. Only cheap East Europeans get new contracts. Look, here, you want to learn something today? I'm going to teach you something today. There's a guy that used to be on YouTube but got off YouTube. And he told me something that I was like, whatever, He predicted that fuel was going to go up, regardless who the president was going to be, because ultra low sulfur diesel was not required in the big boats, right? The ships. Well, guess what? Now it is. And he predicted that when that was implemented, that was going to create a higher demand, which what does that do? That increases the price. So what a lot of these mega carriers have done is they've hedged a lot of fuel. So in other words, a big mega carrier like Schneider goes and say, we'll buy X amount for X amount. And they're locked into that price for months, years, it depends. So the big fuel price spike does not affect them as much. And if they're a big carrier like say Walmart or Schneider, somebody like that, they have a lot of leverage. So So there's that. But he predicted that fuel was going to go up, and by golly, he's been right. Now, you can blame the president, you can blame the green deals and all that, but the reality is that it's happening. There's not much you can do to control it. And so you have to adjust your business and your model to account for that. you guys, you guys and the anti-sushiist. Sorry, I missed the Ingve licks. Yeah. Well, I guess with that, Pale Rider TV, I'm gonna have to quit eating sushi. I can't stand having to lose you. Daniel's kind of a suck up today, isn't he? He's all being all lovey dovey and the Pale Rider and Jeffrey like, which is fine. That's your own prerogative, Daniel. But but look, keep your foot out of it. Quit idling. APU sales are going to go through the roof. APU prices are going to go up because there'll be a higher demand for them. And everybody and their mother is going to come out with these mom and pop, small, tiny APUs. And, people are going to die of carbon monoxide because they got their Honda generators hooked up to the back of the truck wrong and all that. So, um, if you're sitting 10 hours, don't idle the truck the whole time that you're parked. My APU did not work very often in my Peterbilt, and there were times that I sweated out, or I put on some heavy coats. And now I went to bed, I idled the truck, but like if I'm on a 10-hour break and I'm not in bed yet, why do that? You do need to fix your APU. You already have gone up. What's a carrier going for now, Steve? I don't like sushi, but I have no problem with anyone who likes sushi, to each their own. LOL. Well, Gray Big, thank you for not being so judgy. Who would have thought that Pale Rider is very judgy? Idle free APU? I can't comment on that. I'm a carrier fan for life. In 2008, when fuel jumped, the local fuel dealer told me the Chinese had put a hold on huge amounts of fuel for the Olympics. Yep. 10.7 for a carrier. Wow. So they've gone up about $1,000. So it's interesting. So, all right, guys. I think we're gonna leave. I think my dinner is about done, and I hope you guys. If you find yourself being late to everything today, you didn't put your clock forward last night. And you solar power drivers, you now got an extra hour to drive, so don't fill up the truck stops at 5 o'clock anymore. You can do it now at 6. In Germany, the company gets over 15-minute notification how efficient the truck is driven. No more freedom. I believe that, Haggy, and forgive me if I'm slaughtering your name. But anyways, time change. Yep, we went into the future, Pale Rider. You and I and the whole world. With that being said, thank you for watching. Thank you for the super chats. And we'll see you on the road. Peace.